I discovered Bitconnect. Now, when I discovered Bitconnect, I found that a lot of cats with a lot of crypto got into it. Not per se promoters, but cats who had a lot of cryptocurrency. Just like with Genesis Mining, I earned a lot of money from cats who spent tens of thousands, sometimes $100,000 on contracts. This is crypto money. Cats who just have crypto, tons of it, because crypto went up in value, right? So when I found BitConnect, the same thing happened. There was individuals that I don't know who they are. These are anonymous people who have lots of crypto. They put their money in. I earn a commission. So to me, this is magic, man, because I'm earning a commission by just sharing my path on BitConnect. I don't have to try hard to market. I don't have to be anybody. I just fucking do whatever the fuck I want, and just say whatever I want. I put my link there, and somebody with $100,000 does $100,000 loan. They don't care. They're into crypto. That's the way it plays. That's the way it goes. When you're trading crypto, you have these idea of whales who trade. These are the same whales, man. And so I earned a lot of money from BitConnect because of those type of people who had a lot of crypto to begin with. As far as the market end of it, a lot of marketers, I don't know, they didn't really care about it until they saw the amount of gains. Like, I woke up one morning, man, and I saw $2,000 in my lending wallet. And I'm like, yo, you don't know, you don't expect this, right? And I show a video, look, man, this is what I saw in my lending wallet, and then Trevon would wake up, he saw $4,000 in his lending. He go to sleep, you wake up and there's $4,000 there, and he make a video, man, look what I got in my wallet. Bitconnect, Bitconnect. Well, it doesn't say that yet. So but all this stuff is on my channel, right? So after about, April, May, June, around June is when the hype begins. Like, everybody's like, oh shit, this is a real thing, right? Now, by that point, I had been earning enough. So my goal of getting $20,000 in loans in order for us to rent a bigger house, that was my goal. I wanted to rent a bigger house because the house that we had was not big enough. And I got to that goal. And so we set off to Jamaica, because my girlfriend always wanted to go back there since she left. We all want to go back there since we left. We went to Jamaica. Going to Jamaica with the two kids, and the way Jamaica is right now, it wasn't that great, it's very fucking intense. Like, listen, man, Jamaica is fucking intense at this moment. It is like mind-blowingly intense. Like, it's not easy. Listen, it's easy for me. It's easy for me, but listen, it's very challenging as far as the way the people are set up mentally. It's like I left Jamaica in a state of, whatever I left there when I left, the mentality that I had, the whole self-centered, the whole you run your world type thing, that is the kind of life that is being lived there now. Like, motherfuckers is playing the game. It's like all about levels and light and all that stuff. All that stuff that when I left Jamaica, it continued to flourish. It continued to grow. So right now in Jamaica, man, you have to be straight up very powerful to live there, right? Or even be there in any kind of way, right? So we got that sense, and we like, let's go back to America, man. It's so easy. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about anything there. You just go back to America, man. So we came back, and so now we're into BitConnect, and it's growing. BitConnect is blowing up, and I'm making more money. I can't just go live anywhere, because there's a security risk, obviously. So I get into this hotel where I felt safe, because it's the four of us, and I'm showing all this money. I earned everything in BitConnect because I was showing what I was earning. So the bigger and bigger it got, I kept showing. And of course, I'm not going to be showing X amount of dollars and then be sitting somewhere where somebody come get at me. I'm going to go somewhere where I feel secure. And the only place that I could go is downtown Miami, in the middle of the financial centers, in financial district where all the banks were, because, of course, that's a secure area. Now, I didn't choose to go there. It actually ended up there, because first we were just moving around. We were on the beach. My girlfriend was on Facebook. She saw the advertisement for the East. She went there. We went there. We were there for like a month before I realized that I'm surrounded by banks, and this is actually a very secure place to be. And I even made a video about that. And I said, man, look at where I ended up. And I didn't even plan this shit, So, I'm paying 15 G's a month for this rent. And I'm like, yeah, good. This is what it costs to do what I do, promoting BitConnect and showing all this money, So it's like that was just like, you know, coffee time? Okay. So let me pause. It's Juliana waking up. So now comes Glenn was one of the persons who, when we started making videos, there weren't that many making videos. There was me, there was Trevon. I know Glenn was one of the first people to start making videos, and a few more. But as far as, when you see, the thing is that Steam It was the first place where a post was made that Bitconnect is a scam. Now, I read the post and I didn't agree with it, because if it's a blockchain, it can't be a scam, because no matter what they do, no matter what Bitconnect does on the website, as long as all the money is on the blockchain, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The value of the token could go down or whatever, but it's not going to go away. The way they were saying it is like they were going to pull off and take all the money and run away. Now, it's like, no, there's no point in doing that if there's a blockchain, right? Like, and the model of the business was good enough, as long as it has a blockchain to support it. So I didn't see where it was a scam. I disagreed. And there were others who also agreed with me that, it's a blockchain. So, is Bitcoin a scam? It's like, sure, is Steam a scam? I've heard that Steam is a scam. I heard Dash is a scam. I've heard all these things, but I've always had the position that, man, if there's a blockchain involved, how could it be a scam? It's just like nobody's trying to hurt anyone. Sure, it could fail, but it's very unlikely. As long as someone's paying attention to that blockchain, as long as there are trades, as long as there are people who are holding the token, it has some type of value. So as long as there's a blockchain involved, you can just be basically, there's a level of envy, jealousy, and all that what comes into play when you see someone else making tons of money and they're using this thing and you think it could be a scam, but hey, there's a blockchain, man. Right? So that was always my position on that. So there's where the negativity started, and I started getting flagged on Steam. Someone who pretty much, man, I supported Steam for like a whole entire year. I was posting on there every day. My posts averaged $10, $20. Most of my posts was $1, and I still posted on there because I was into the Steam power and getting the Steam tokens. Me earning on there, yeah, right. I didn't earn shit. Even though I posted every single day, I didn't care though. I didn't care about that, but I simply supported Steam. I pumped that shit, and then I started getting flagged for promoting Bitconnect. And I didn't see it I just saw it as jealousy, envy, and greed, And so I kept on, and I'm not going to stop, man. This thing is paying my rent, man. All right. And so anyways, moving forward, let's see what happened next. Oh yeah, so Glenn, goes off to Thailand. Bitconnect invites everyone to Thailand for a meeting. They didn't say what it was for. They just said, you're invited to come to Thailand for a meeting. I'm not going to go to Thailand. I'm satisfied actually with the money I'm making. I'm not going to get up and go anywhere. That's it. I had already made enough to the point that if, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm not going to, and plus my back was still giving me problems. I can't sit on a plane to go fly to Thailand, and that was pretty much what it was. I couldn't sit on the plane. So, and I wasn't going to go anyway. So Glenn went, he came back. He said, man, Craig, did Bitconnect tell you about this? Did Bitconnect tell you about this thing? And I was like, the promotion thing? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So he's like, oh, dude, man, this is on another level, man. You should see this. And so basically he explained that there's a promoters tab and there's a development fund. And, this is stuff that I never was supposed to talk to on video, but I did talk about it anyway. Before they told me, oh, no, don't talk about it. But I already talked about it. So it's already out there. So I'm still going to talk about it. You know what I mean? So there's a development fund, and the way it works is, now this is the way he explained to me. Everything that's under him, because he was actually referred by me, and then Bitconnect, when he went to Thailand, they moved him to be above them on them. I was sponsored. My sponsor was Bitconnect, so I didn't have a sponsor. So he was under me. They moved him to be under them, and then gave him a promoters tab, right? And it explained. Actually, the tab explained how everything worked. In the tab, it explained that this promoter responsible for doing, opening an office, doing events, and marketing, all the responsibilities that I would never want to have. So I didn't want to be where he was, as far as his responsibilities, everything that he's supposed to do. So he's like, yeah, man. And now he said, I get 15% of every loan under me, right? That's a fucking lot of money, right? Every loan under me, right? And I'm supposed to share this out with my top promoters. So let's just say there were groups with 40 top promoters, but in America, it wasn't like that. In other countries, you would have like 40 top promoters and one national promoter. In America, he was the only top promoter, and his job was to find he was the only national promoter, and the job was to find other top promoters and eventually share out this 15% between all of them. Well, he had a problem because he couldn't find anyone as good as me, right? As good as me. I mean, he tried, but he couldn't. He contacted all his past guys that he knew before in the marketing business. And basically what I was doing was no one else could do that. And he would tell me, Craig, man, you're killing it, man. I mean, basically all the money he was making was 90% of the money was coming from people who were under me. And this is because, again, I have rich crypto cats under me. Now, at the same time, Trevon, who's a very good marketer as far as social, because I was only doing YouTube. Trevon had Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and he was doing really great on all those things because he's very good at that, right? So a lot of my income was coming from the fact that I had Trevon under me, right? Now Trevon wasn't happy about Glenn's position. He's like, man, I should have that shit because I'm the guy who's bringing all the money. So I'm the one who should have Glenn's job. So I was like, yo, that's not my business. I didn't really care about the money so much, but Glenn cared and Trevon cared, So it was a situation where I was caught in the middle between these two guys. Glenn was motivated to expand his thing because he's getting tons of money and he's supposed to use this to expand, and he's had a roadblock because he can't find anyone. He can't find anybody to do what we're doing. So he's like, man, Craig, he wanted to move Trevon under him. So he told me, Craig, so out of this 15%, I had 0.5%, right? That's what I was getting out of the 15, and he was getting the rest of it. Now he could have gave me more if he wanted to. But listen, I was happy with 0.5% because it was still a lot of money for me. I wasn't required to do anything. The only thing I was required to do is not promote anything else, which I wasn't promoting anything else anyway. So it's not like that was going to put me in any kind of... So I was getting my 0.5%. I was free to do whatever I want the money, marketing, whatever marketing. I was being convinced to do advertising. I didn't really want to, but, marketing, and giveaways, right? So, but everything kind of moved kind of fast because within a couple of weeks, Dan was like, man, I need to get, I want to put Trevon